What's on Your Mind is sponsored by ACMC 339.0, New Style Radio 98.7 FM, Break Tru Studios, and Reggae Jam.
Is the COVID-19 pandemic affecting your business or your livelihood? Or you're struggling to pay your pending and current bills? Then you must listen very carefully. Premium advertising will expose your business to thousands of people instantly by using both digital and terrestrial radio and a wide range of social media platforms to get your business out there and start making money. It is that simple, so don't delay. Contact us to advertise your business on New Style Radio 98.7 FM, www.newstyleradio.co.uk, and all multiple social media platforms. Our highly trained digital marketing team will create a bespoke digital marketing strategy tailored to get your business up and running and making money in no time. Don't delay, call us today. Our team is standing by. 07584197380. WhatsApp us on 07872443765 or email us at newstyleradio@yahoo.com. Hi there, how you doing? Welcome to another program in the series of What's on Your Mind. I'm Carl. The program is produced by Break Tru TV. And let me say, this is a live stream. We are streaming live, so you can tune in. You can also share. Yeah. So how you doing? Hope all has been well with you. Let me say, thanks for all you guys that's been supporting the program. This is our 30th program and still going, man. You say, it's with the support that we've had that actually keep us going. And we say thank you. And all your wonderful comments. Get some wonderful and interesting comments, Don't always have time to reply to all of those, but we will reply in the future, yeah. And as you know, I always have a look at some of the news or some of the things that's been around, in the last couple of weeks or so. And I go through that, and then I go to sports, have a look at a few things that's happening in sports. Then I go to entertainment, and then I have my rants. And sometimes we also will show you a clip from different sources and that sort of thing. And let me say, once again, thank you for tuning into the program. And how have you been? And it's been a strange week. The last couple of days we've had it was weekends. We've had a lot of rain the weekend. And I get up one morning about very, very early, and it was raining, and the clock goes back as well. In the UK, the clock goes back. In the winter, the clock goes back. In the summer, it goes forward. So it's the winter now, coming up to it. It's autumn, but it's coming up to winter, so it goes back. So I got up one morning about, 9 o'clock, and the clock went back. And, I just thought, I can't be bothered. And I went back to bed. And I never got up until about 1 o'clock, I don't do that very often, but I it's sometimes you need to have those sort of time out, The other thing, what's been happening around the world is there's a couple of things been happening around the world. The big there's been some big meetings and some big conference, The COP26. The COP26, that's been happening, where all the leaders of the world's been meeting and talking about different climate change and how they can help climate change. And also that young lady, the young lady, Greta was there. Greta Thunberg, she was there. And she, she did a wonderful speech. The trouble about it is, I don't understand. You see, she goes like this. Now, she goes like this. She goes, and I'm not knocking her, I'm not criticizing her. But she goes, when she goes to speech, and I don't know what that means, I'm trying to think. She goes like this, and I'm trying to think, what does that mean? I'm not criticizing, I'm just saying, what does it mean? See, back in the day, you see, we go like this, beat up your chest, And we go, yes, and we goes, African power, And nowadays we go, elbow. But she comes on, and she does a wonderful speech, and she goes, I don't know what it means. Does it mean, there you have it? Or does it mean, son, there you have it? So, I gotta say, and of you younger folks, I beg you, please Please, because as I say, over the years we've had all kind of different sort of signs and gestures, and you know what I mean. And like, you know what I mean. That one, the one I never liked was you know that one. Give me 5. You know, that's something like like something like 2.5 men. Give me 5. So I never liked that one. And then we have the one that the cricketers go like, you know what I mean. But this, it's like sod you. Well, as I said, that one freaks me out. Really, really freaks me out. And I'm sure somebody will actually tell me what it means. Let me move on. See, I'm already having too much fun. Somebody say, "Carl, you laugh too much." You can't change the way I laugh. That's how I am. That's never gonna change. So let me look at a couple of things that's been actually happening. Now, the religious leader, Kevin O'Simit, he actually told, you know, police officer, and it's coming out that he was God. He actually was told police officer that he was God. And there's over the years, you know, there's been a lot of people who claim there was God. It's all here in history, and those are some of these people that who said there was God. If you see the way history has dealt with them, it's very, very unbelievable the way history have dealt with them. And I said the leader of the Pathway International Restoration Ministry in Paradise Church, as I say, he told police officer that he was God. You know what I mean? He also insists that he be called His Excellencies. Yeah. Also insists that he was sent by the King. But that is also another thing that is going on, you know what I mean? So, as I say, it's just one of those things. The other thing that was reality, the other thing he has actually done is actually, which really, you know what I mean, it really makes you wonder. I mean, he says people should call him His Excellency. They have to pay dues if they was late. And he attempt to sacrifice 1,400 members. Also, 70 members paid $100,000 each to get in where? To get in the ark. I think the ark is actually a house. Something about that, you see. The ark is actually a church. Yeah. It's like a big house church or whatever. But it's a church, yeah. But, I mean, that ship have sailed. The ark have sailed. So I don't know how people still tied into that. That ark has sailed. That ark went with Noah. You know? So, guys, that ark has gone. It's not come back. Not coming back, so that's one there. So let me move on. Now, the other story I want to pick up on is that a couple of ladies, and as I say, Muta Baruch as well has also been having some very interesting words to say about the pastor and all his congregates. And if you go to YouTube, you'll see a lot of the comments he's been saying. I mean, he doesn't know what is happening. He doesn't know what is happening in Jamaica and what is happening with all these people and what is all these church people doing, you know what I mean, or saying they're God and something else. As I said, Muta has been hitting out on it big time, you know what I mean, and I'm sure Muta won't stop from doing that, yeah. Let me move on. Now, a lot of artists of light is coming up and saying they have been raped. Artists such as Tanya Stevenson, also Lady Saw, formerly Lady Saw, now Marianne Hall. Also a lady called Elaine Lynn. She is involved in the sort of scandal that's going around with Richie Stevenson. Also Isana has said she was sort of being forced into that situation. It never happened, but it you know what I mean, that sort of thing was happening. And also the next lady, Diana King, shy guy lady. And she also says a lot of while she was started her career, most of the men she actually met in her early days as a career has literally tried to forcefully have sex with her. Yeah. So, I wonder if this is the tip of the iceberg. What is going on? And we have a Tanya Stevens. Some many years ago, she said she was raped when she was a very young girl. I mean, the story just sort of breaks. I mean, she's 48 now. I think she's talking about when she was raped when she was 17. And there's nothing wrong with that, but the story is just sort of breaking all the time. You know what I mean? It's getting bigger and bigger, and she's done different interviews about it and what's happened to her. You know what I mean? And we have a look at some of the things that she actually has been saying about what has happened to her. Yeah.
The man said, if you didn't speak then, no, I don't think they understand confidence that the Minister of Justice needs to instill in the citizens of the country. Now, the Minister of Justice thinks you don't deserve justice because 10 years passed. So 10 years ago, I was violated. And 10 years after, it doesn't matter anymore because I didn't speak then. I was too weak. And this is the nature of crime, because when it just happens to you, you're too weak to speak. Sometimes it takes therapy. It takes family, if you have that, a circle, village, to bring you back to normalcy, to then be able to speak. And when you can only speak in 10 years, they tell you, statute of limitations.
Right.
Statute of limitations.
And the irony for his title to be Justice.
Justice Minister. Girl, and listen, I had arguments with Jamaican people, you know, and I have a twisted sense of humor. A really twisted sense of life has beaten my sense of humor out of shape. It's very twisted and dented and broken. And I've had arguments on social media with people who are defending him. Women too.
Unbelievable.
These are all people who are suffering from Stockholm syndrome, you know, because we're held captive in a system that abuses us.
Right.
And over time we learn to love it and start to defend it. And that's the only excuse I can find for it. This is Stockholm syndrome on a grand scale. Because they're defending the Minister of Justice who says women don't deserve justice.
Right.
And then women in Parliament. There are women in Parliament, and I'm looking at them like, I have no respect for any of you. Any of you. You should be the first one to call him out and be like, take him down. Take him down. Brother not ready. And then him come back with a half-ass apology saying wife and daughter. Tell him, listen, but you never say your wife and daughter. You should have said you thought about it. Your wife and daughter have to tell us that wrong, brother. You shouldn't be Minister of Justice. You have no concept of justice.
Who are putting these people, besides the voters, of course, but how do people get to even run and even be a part of... I'm so confused.
Listen, I want to go back in time and stitch up the birth canal he came down.
Seriously.
I want to stitch it up with a real needle and thread. Like use some fucking nylon and stitch that shit up so that nothing can go up there and nothing can come down.
Seriously.
You can imagine you come out of one woman and talk like that?
Right.
Where is men coming from? Like we need to start lock with leg and broke a neck because them man don't deserve to born. You come down out of me and then you come stand up and deprive me of my very right. Like, where we get them from? And then Jamaican men act like they love women. Like, stop it, man. You need to find yourself a man. You don't love a man. Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop. You can't fool me.
Go on sound system.
Tanya Stevens is there, talking about her experiences, and it's very hard hitting what she actually is saying. You know what I mean? And you know, rape is rape. You know, and there's no justification for rape. You know what I mean? Anybody who rapes anyone, you know, they should be dealt with.
Because I didn't want the attention, you know, from the guys. So I would climb up on the truck. I'll wear my hat, I would trim my hair, and I cut my pants like a boy, and I just start rolling like this gangster, you know. You know.
Were you afraid to get? Why were you afraid to get the attention?
When I was in Kingston, you know, I've been through things where I've been raped, you know, I don't hide that from my people, and I just, you know, I was very sexy, you know, like
Yeah.
I was this sexy girl who liked to wear, you know, certain nice, sexy little shorts and stuff. So I started covering myself, you know, because I just want to get in this music and just get where I want to go without the attention, you know. And after a while, though, you know, I remember I can find some pictures of me dressed like a boy on the stage, you know, and in a act and all these things. But after a while, I just start wearing, you know, dressing back to my normal sexy and say I'm going to use sex and just get the attention.
And that's what
That is also another artist there, which is Lady Saw, Pastor Marian Hall, and she's also talking about her experience of having been raped and sexually abused. You know what I mean? And as I was saying before, rape is a terrible thing, and there's no justification in rape. The only little thing I want to say about Tanya Stevenson is that the fact that not all men are the same, you know, and in that time, I know it's a terrible thing that happens, you know, and you know it's a disgusting thing, you know, but she's sort of classing all men across the board, you know, sort of like that, and that's a little bit, you know what I mean, because all men is like that. All Jamaicans are not like that, you know, but she sort of classed everybody, or men, as the same, which is not no, you can't class. You can't class everybody as the same, you know what I mean? It's not, you know what I mean? And I say, I'm not defending what has happened. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm defending what has happened to her. What has happened to her is terrible, and it's good she shares her experience. But as I say, I mean, there's only a group of people that's like that, you know what I mean? And she says she literally says all Jamaican men are like that, and which is absolutely ridiculous, you know, because we know that song. That may be just her anger or how she feels about things that's coming out. And I'm not criticizing her as a type. I mean, if I was to sit down here and talk to her, I'd say exactly the same thing, you know? So I'm not criticizing her, I wouldn't do that, but it's just how she classes everybody. All men, it's like all men, you know. Wow, it's all men. It's like it's a bit like anti-men, isn't it? You know. So that is the only thing about that I find a little bit about the story. And that's the other thing that says, I mean, she talked about the justice minister. She also talked about some couple of artists, because also in another interview she talks about where she says like Shabba Ranks was king of the dance hall, Lady Patria was queen. And the next artist who sort of allegedly abused her was in line to be king. Yeah. So I say, but big respect there to Tanya Stevenson. You know, I mean, it's good to come out and talk her story, but sometimes you sort of need to be sort of, you know, as I say once again, you can't class everybody as the same. You know, she make her like all men. You know, how she comes across there. All men are like the same, and that's not. It's not so. Yeah, it is not so. Yeah. And as I say, we had also another interview with Lady Saw, who's Pastor Marian Hall. Let me move on. Now, according to the Independent, a man's body was found in the Thames, and so police are appealing for information. The 27-year-old man body was recovered on Saturday. He's Dutch national, and he's Mohammed Massa, as I say, known to his friends as Massa. He was last seen walking past Paris Simon's Bar in Putney, London, at around 5 a.m. on Sunday. And as I say, he's been found in the Thames. And as I say, police are still asking for anybody who can help or has any information about this man to come forward and supply that information. Absolutely terrible your body being found in the Thames, you know what I mean? Not very nice. So, yeah. What we want to say as well, we want to say big condolence to his family and, you know what I mean, and all his friends, you know, because that must be a terrible and sad loss, yeah. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for watching. As I say, this is a live stream, yeah. Now, hundreds of people has been protesting in a demonstration in Mali. And they've actually been protesting against the French military, calling a total withdrawal of France to leave their country. So, I don't know if they're going to take any notice of that. But you know what I mean? And France has been involved in that country for a very, very long time. So we'll see if they can, if their protests will come to any success. Yeah. Let me move on. Also, this is in London. This is not also hundreds of people. Hundreds of relatives and relatives who have died in police cells and prison. They have held a big march in central London. And they're calling for justice for all those who died in police custody and also died in prison. Relatives are calling for their loved ones and their families to have some justice. United friends and families gathered in Trafalgar Square on Saturday for the march, which has taken, this march has been going on for quite some time. The march has been going on since 1999, and every year it takes place. So there must be something seriously wrong if you have to do a march every year about the same thing. Not criticizing it, I'm just saying, how long are these people, or it's going to take for all these people to get some justice for their families, you know what I mean? This sort of thing is a bit, what I would say, very, very naughty, yeah? And I hope some changes will come to help these people and their loved ones, yeah? Let me move on. Now, this is from Global News. The Global News, the United Kingdom is arranging a deportation flight to guess where? Jamaica. The flight is scheduled for the 10th of November 2021. This is the second flight in 3 months and the fourth since the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the Jamaica Gleaner, 140 Jamaicans were deported and 6 flights between 2016 and 2021. And some of those flights, sometimes they're not even sort of full, or the aircraft is not full. But that's how it goes sometimes. And as I say, I don't know why that happens actually, and I don't know what sort of deal the UK has made with Jamaica for that to happen. Having a little bit of technical problem with my screen, please. So let me move on. Cricket. The West Indies T20 cricket match against Bangladesh. It went down to the wire. I know I did criticize the West Indies last week or the week before. I think it was the week before. Well, this one went down to the wire between Bangladesh. And I say both teams wanted to win. They were desperate to win. But guess what? West Indies wins, takes them to the semi-final stage. Yeah. And it'll be good to see if they can pull it off. You know what I mean? So let me say, big shout out to you, West Indies. See, I do support you when you do very well. Yeah? Thank you. But you know what? There's a bit of a saying, sometimes. I mean, like, no, maybe I shouldn't say it. Sometimes it's very hard to support losers, Sometimes it's very hard to do that, you know what I mean? And let me also move again. Still talking sports. Now, the lovely Jamaican Shelly Ann Fraser-Price is not ready to hang up her spikes yet. No, she's not ready to hang up her spikes yet at all. She says it was a disappointment that she didn't win the gold in Tokyo. But I think she's very fit and she's carrying on. So we'll see how she goes. And, I don't think she's actually, as I said, she's not ready to hang up her spices, which is great. Fantastic. So you never know. You never know. Did I say you never know? Yes, you never know. You may actually see her in Paris. You just never know. Not 4 years' time. Yeah, you may see her in Paris. Paris Olympics. But a lot can happen in that dance time because sometimes you can get somebody who really fast and you can't beat them. I mean, when Usain Bolt come on the scene, who would have thought there would be somebody so fast? Well, you just never know. You might get somebody really, really fast. You wait till for another 4 years and you keep it fit. But all of a sudden somebody at the block can come out the block and go, boom! And then gone. Before you know it, they're taking all records down. And that's how sports goes sometimes, yeah? As I say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, entertainment. Now, I'm looking forward to see this movie. Because do you remember a movie called The Harder They Come? Well, there's a Western outlaw called The Harder They Fall. Yes, I'm going to make sure I don't get it. The harder they come, the harder they fall. Well, the director of The Harder They Fall, James Samuel, said that he knew and he's very happy that he put the soundtrack of Barrington Levy in the movie. Because he says he was listening to Barrington Levy, reggae artist Barrington Levy. He was listening to Barrington music from he was a child. I'm broader than Broadway. You know what I mean? Love that. So he says it was actually great. And it was to benefit the movie as well, you know what I mean? That he puts Barrington Levy on the soundtrack. Also, the wonderful lady, Coffee, is also on the soundtrack in that movie. And I'm saying this is a Western I'm looking forward to see because it's full of an African heritage cast, which is marvelous. So I'm looking forward to see that. I'm looking forward to see that lady with her, you know, when pull out, when she go rich. You know, it's a Western, isn't it? So I can do that. I'm not supporting gun violence anyway, but it's a Western, so I can do that. Rich! So I'm looking forward to like, it'd be like, I like when they're shooting it. I mean, in that Western, you know, I gotta say, that Western, they gotta have a scene, innit? Where they have to, I haven't seen the film yet. I think the film is actually out. It may be on Netflix. But I gotta say, you know, you gotta have a film where there's a fight down at the OK Carol out there. The OK Carol. There gotta be a scene at the OK Carol. Or a big bar fight, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? And the people on the horse. So, I am looking forward to see, you know what I mean, a bunch of African descendants dudes in a lady in a very, very bad movie, I mean. So, check that one out. It should be quite good. It should be quite funny, you know what I mean? I think we actually need more of those, you know, because a lot of people don't realize, and a lot of these directors in Hollywood, they don't realize that the market is there. There's a big market for that. But somehow they never seem to tap in it the way they should. Yeah. Moving on. Still with entertainment. Dion Scores been crowned Miss Universe Jamaica 2021. The lady from the Breadbasket Parish of St. Elizabeth, as I say, she has been crowned Miss Jamaica Universe. And she will go to the final which will take place in December. So we say big congratulations to her. And absolutely marvelous. And she's done very well. You know what I mean? She's a bachelor. She's got an award of Bachelor Basics Medical Science from the University of the West Indies. You know, so she's an educated girl as well. So we see how she will do, which is absolutely marvelous. And I say, hope she does very, very well, and probably we can bring that cycle away. I think the final is held in December, and it's been held in Israel. And Steve Harvey, the American chat show host, or the American comedian, he'll be hosting that the program. Yeah, thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, my rant. This is where I talk about my rant, and I talk about the so-called ark that Kevin O'Simit said that was the ark. A lot of people paid a lot of money to get into that ark. People who sometimes are very, very poor, and this just makes the rich, that sort of people, get richer. Now, the ark has gone. The days of Noah's ark is not coming back. It's written in the Bible. And these guys take things from the Bible. So, I don't know where they're going with that. The other thing as well, what they do, they convince a lot of people to give their money in the name of Jesus or in the name of the Lord. Well, as I would say, the amount of money them take from poor people, when Jesus come, them are going to get arrested. Them are going to go to prison. Because them take poor people money, and them buy house, and them buy land, and them buy big car, and then fool the people them and say it's Jesus money or it's God money. Them is a bunch of crooks, and it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. The other thing as well, what they do, parents, this is for you. A lot of people was in that cult, and this cult seems to be springing up everywhere now. A lot of people was in that cult. And parents, and I wish somebody would intervene in this as well. You guys in government, I don't want to do something about this. Because children, when you get children involved in things like this, innocent children, that man was going to sacrifice 144 people. Children was in that so-called ark. It's a big house, but them refer to it as the ark. Children was involved. And parents, when you get in children involved in things like that, why not go about and do one thing and leave the children alone? The trouble is, if government take the children off, the government ain't got enough money to look after those children or help or keep them where they're supposed to go. So the children ended up probably on the streets and all kind of different things. It's a flipping catchphrase, big caught between a rock and a hard place, that sort of children. But I bear the parents. You got to jump up and you got to do sacrifice and you got to do this and you got, how come when you so damn brainwashed after all these years? You're not doing it for God. You're not doing it for God. You're not being brainwashed. You're not being brainwashed. Some people say the man not dead. That's another thing I hear. Well, I don't know. But some people say the man is not dead. I mean, His Eminence, Kevin O'Simit, His Eminence, he's had extraordinary achievements, global influence, yes, a world leader throughout Christendom and the corporation, a member of the International Council of Pentecostal Bishop, where he served as a religious bishop on the board. So, How come a man like that was getting away with committing murder? Because that's what it is. I'm talking about damn sacrifice. It's murder. Okay, you can say sacrifice. But it's murder. How come a man like that was getting away with murder? And this organization being going on for so long, and nobody don't take it down. Nobody don't know nothing about it. I still haven't heard one MP in that country. I must have missed it. If you know, let me know. Let me hear. I still haven't heard one MP come out and say this or that or condemn it. I haven't heard any. I haven't seen it anywhere. You know? It's very, very strange. This man was well connected. Very, very well connected. He was in Canada. And I say, he was also in London in 2018. And I said that before. He was also in London in 2000. God knows what he was getting up to. And people in England running that place, running at the so-called. I don't know if he did have an ark there. Probably was trying to build another ark. This is atrocious. Things like that should never happen. And as I said, the one I feel very bad for is the children. The children, the parents has to get their children involved in something like this. And when you get your children so young in an organization like this, you know what I mean? And it's absolutely ridiculous. It shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't happen at all. You know what I mean? One man says he was with the organization for like 7 years. You know, he was with them for 7 years. And why did you stay with them? Because of God. Him stay with them because of God. Yeah, him stay with them because of God. Now, as I said before, and I said this earlier on, over the years we've seen in history, all these people who claim that they're God, and history have a nasty way of dealing with them. I think that the guy in Germany, he thought he was a God as well. Adolf Hitler thought he was a God as well. There's been a few more, you know what I mean? And history have a very good way of dealing with these people who come and said they're God. There's only one God. Whichever you serve. Some come call him all kind of different names. God don't want you to sacrifice anybody. You understand? Those of you who believe God don't want you to sacrifice anybody. Because if you kill yourself, you can't get in there. Wherever you think you're going to go, you can't go there. Because the first him said in the 10 commandments, thou shalt not kill. Does anybody remember that? And as I said, these people take these things from the Bible. No matter what you see he's getting up to, and no matter what different things they twist and turn and do all kind of different things and turn words in the Bible to suit their own self or to justify making money. So God said one of the 10 commandments is thou shalt not kill, right? So how come you're going to have sacrifice? How come you're going to kill people? Isn't that killing? So we need to wake up. We need to wake up. Get a grip. And stop going with all this bloody sacrifice and all this rubbish and all this sort of stuff, do. It's ridiculous. It's not right. It's not right. And, I mean, God, there was no way on this planet God would want you to do something like that. It's just a way of controlling or making money on the people. And in a time like now, I can't believe. I say, big woman, and talking to another sister of hers. And she's well approved of it. You can't tell me what to do, because this is what me doing. Me serving the Lord, because me I go to hell. Me I go to heaven. How you gonna go to heaven? How you gonna go to heaven if you believe in sacrifice, if you believe in taking another person's life? How you gonna go to heaven? I need somebody to justify that to me, because me don't understand it. I don't understand it. And I would love a religious person to phone me and tell me. Because they'll understand the religion more than I do. But I would love a religious person to phone and tell me how you justify and sacrifice somebody or taking somebody's life. And you say it's right. And God tell you to do it. Huh? What kind of thing that? And I say, the other thing I hope is that I hope the government take a tough stand on this sort of stuff and anything that they see that's happening, wherever part of the world. The government of this country need to take a very, very good stand on things like this. And don't make this sort of thing happen because it's ridiculous. And then when it's happened now, they're going to say, oh, what a shame, what a shame. You have to intervene before it happens. You cannot wait till it happens. Or if you suspect something is happening, you have to investigate it properly. I don't just go and break up people organization because that happens as well. So I'm not saying that. I would never support that. You have to investigate properly. No matter how long it takes, and investigate properly. And when you find out some dodgy thing is going on and you got full evidence, you're going to take it down. Yeah. So there you have it. And I say, I hope we don't see any more of this kind of thing going on again. No matter where it is in the world, whether it be the Caribbean, whether it be Africa, whether it be South America, whether it be North America, whether it be Europe, no matter where it is in the world, I hope we don't see any sort of thing like this going on, because I don't understand it. And this is not good for human being. This is not good for mankind, because all these flipping sacrifices over the years, nobody no gone nowhere with sacrifice. Uno dead if you want to sacrifice, uno dead or uno dead. Nobody don't go nowhere. Uno dead and buried. So, uno wasting no time. Because as I say, once again, God never telling you to do something like that. And it's absolutely ridiculous. That's brainwash. And then, if he was here today, because I know someone want to say, want to talk to God and God telling you this and God telling you, but God not telling you to sacrifice nobody. It's ridiculous. You understand? God is a good person. God is a loving person. God is a gentle person. God is a forgiving person. Sometimes I wonder, when I see things that is going on, what happens? But I'm not going to say it anymore, because if I say something again, somebody going to say, oh, I'm a blasphemer, because I know someone who like that as well. Oh, I'm a blasphemer. I'm not blaspheming. I'm just talking that this is. So, as I say, I am very disappointed to see things like this is happening. Yeah. Let me move on. Let me go a bit easier. We don't forget to say to like, share, and subscribe. In the summer, we was actually doing some, we was a couple of concerts in the summer, because we do this in the summer, and we get a couple of footage. And we was at the Simmer Down. We got quite a few bits to show you from the Simmer Down in different programs. And I think we may have found a couple more pieces in the archives that we filmed in the summer. And we're gonna try and show you, I think, a couple of the footage. So let me see if we got the footage there to run you. And yeah, as I say, it was a wonderful day in Hansworth Park at Simmer Down Festival, and a lot of people was great. And the weather's changed now, but if you see how nice that day was, let me see if we can see what's happening here. Yeah, and this is actually the Equators on stage.
As I walk through my neighborhood, no doubt children laugh and play. Then you hear somebody say, "Don't you live with my girl today?" Feeling nice, feeling beautiful. Good vibes in my neighborhood. No dark clouds in the sky. And everybody feels so nice. It's so nice here. Nice to be nice. The sun is shining. Oh yeah, so nice, so nice. Nice here. Nice to be nice. The sun is shining. So nice, so nice. Today is like a holiday. When you hear children laugh and play, then you hear somebody say, "Don't she live with my girl today?" Feeling nice, feeling beautiful. As I walk through my neighborhood, no dark clouds in the sky. Everybody feels so nice. It's so nice here. Nice to be nice. The sun is shining. Oh yeah, so nice, so nice. Nice here. Nice to be nice. The sun is shining. So nice, so nice. I went for a walk the other day. The sun just coming out to play. With some friends that I know along the way. Oh, what a lovely day. Feeling nice, feeling beautiful. Good vibes in my neighborhood. No dark clouds in the sky. Make everybody feel so nice. It's so nice here. Nice to be nice. The sun is shining. Oh yeah, so high, so high. Nice here. Nice to be nice. The sun is shining. Oh yeah, so nice, so nice. The sun is shining. So nice, so nice. The sun is shining. So nice, so nice. The sun is shining. So nice, so nice. The sun is shining, yeah. The sun is shining. So nice, so nice. The sun is shining. So nice, so nice. So nice, so nice. The sun is shining. So nice.
Every time, it's nice to be nice to each and every one of us. So be nice, everybody.
So nice, so nice.
Yeah!
So, I've got a man who's not come off stage too long.
Right.
I've got Rocky from the Equators.
Yeah.
How you doing, Rocky?
I'm feeling absolutely great right now.
You know, I interviewed you Friday,
Yes.
and you said to me the sun's gonna come out. Nice to be nice.
So it sounds as though maybe I'm a mind reader.
or is it because I had you on my show?
Yeah. Well, your show is always hot. So that brought out the sunshine today. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was fantastic.
It was fantastic. So,
Absolutely great.
how's your day been here?
It's been a fantastic day. You know, it started out a little dull. And so I was wondering, is it going to stay dull all day or possibly maybe rain?
Yeah.
But I had some faith, really, truly, that the sun would come out today. I didn't even bother wanting to watch the weather forecast or anything. And absolutely what I thought. I wasn't worrying about the week. I wasn't worrying about the day coming up. I just thought, think about the music that we were going to come here, perform, give Handsworth Park what we can do. It's our birth home, where we originally started out from. In fact, right down there where you have the arch of that little stage down there. And we was the original before the actual carnival actually even began. And when it did begin, we were still the original to be the ones to first play. So yeah, in the park, Handsworth Park. So it was fantastic to come back today and be able to perform back in the park. I'm going back slightly. 2021, we're here, and it was a God bless to see you all. It was fantastic.
Fantastic. And I said the weather has come out.
The weather's came out. It's been fantastic. In fact, it didn't shine as bright completely until, strangely enough,
come on stage.
Yeah, we came on stage, but it brightened up even more when we done Nice to Be Nice, Sun is Shining. How about that?
Wow, marvelous.
And it weren't even planned.
Marvelous.
It weren't even planned.
So what are you up to next?
Yeah, well, we got some great stuff happening next. We're in Shambana Festival near Leicester on Thursday. It's another festival similar to this, which we're looking forward to. And then we're up to Yorkshire. I believe we're performing with Neville Staples from the Specials and various others and Bad Manners. So we have a lot of stuff happening in this few months.
Wow, so the lockdown is actually eased a great deal. It's allowing bands to sort of go back out and play, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, you know, a lot of these shows also that we have coming up were actually planned for last year, but most of them had to have been postponed because of the lockdown and the coronavirus. Now that we're able to come out of that, these shows are now coming back, and it should have happened before, but hopefully we can go ahead and do what we need to do.
Marvelous. Rocky, thank you.
Absolutely great to see you, Carl. It was wonderful that you was able to come down here. I was wondering, is he going to be worried about it being raining? But no, you made it.
No, we saw the band. Say big shout out to New Star Radio Live.
New Star, I'd like to give you a big shout out because you guys have been great. Carl with a C has been so great with the Equators, always been supportive of the Equators. So got to give thanks to Carl and thanks to Break Tru TV and thanks to New Star from the Equators band. Check it out, y'all.
Thank you, Rocky. Have a great day.
You too.
Look after yourself. See you soon, man.
Same here. Blessed.
Thank you. Thank you. There you have it, guys. Rocky from the Equators. Thank you. Right, so I've also caught up with another member of that wonderful band, the Equators. So how are you, sir?
I'm all right, you know. I'm feeling good and the vibe. I'm just spreading the love, you know. I'm spreading the love today and everything's nice.
Did you enjoy being on stage?
Oh, it was brilliant after being in lockdown for so long, after the past 18 months and not be able to do what we like doing, obviously being on stage and performing in front of people. It's just a sense of freedom, just like to be out there and to feel that energy from the crowd and the energy from us ourselves to the crowd.
How did you find the crowd today?
The crowd was a good crowd. It's a hard crowd. They're tough. I don't know if you understand when I say hard crowd. Some crowds, you got to work them hard to get the response you want. But saying that, I would think it was a quiet crowd, but I loved it. You know, they did love the performance, and I love them. I love all crowds, you know, I love them. So, you know, I'm happy. You know.
Have you got any project coming up in the future? What you got coming up in the future?
Well, the project what we got coming up, we got a few shows we're doing around the country, like we got a Shambhala Festival in Leicester coming on Thursday, and then we're going off to Redcar, North Yorkshire, and then we're going off to Bognor Regis, and then we're going off to Great Yarmouth. You need to go on, so we're quite busy. Yeah.
You're very busy on the coast.
Yeah. We got a big following up north, a big following up there.
Any more shows coming up in Birmingham?
Well, not that I know of right now, you know, but I think there's some in the pipeline. You know, there is some in the pipeline.
You've also got a single, Nice to Be Nice. How's that going?
Oh, I think it's going relatively nice, you know, Nice to Be Nice. You know, it's a song that we all love, you know, Nice to Be Nice. And I think the people love it also, you know.
And are you working on any new music?
Oh yeah, we got some lovely new tracks coming out, well, future tracks. You know, I don't want to give it too much away, but one of them is a lovely track. Which
when are you expecting to drop those?
That track should be dropped in, I would say about October time, because we're so busy on the road now. It's a matter of finding time to actually go in the studio and do it, you know. But yeah, everything is looking good.
Thank you, Don. Have a great day. Thanks, yes. Thanks. Thank you.
Right.
And I've got another wonderful lady here to talk to. Catherine Gabiden. How are you?
Yes, I'm good, thank you. Yes, enjoying. See me down.
Don't look at me, look at the camera.
Look at the camera.
So how's your day been?
It's been wonderful, you know. It's good to have live music again, because obviously with the lockdown, then we've been missing that. But yeah, we just wish we were on stage as well. Yeah.
It's been a beautiful day, hasn't it?
Thank God, yes, the rain is stayed away, so that's great. Yeah. It does help. It does help to enjoy it even more. Yeah. Yeah.
So what are you up to in the future? Playing on stage and that sort of thing?
Well, we're not playing here this year, but we do hope is that next year they're going to invite us to play. But I'm singing, you know, with Gabidon, and you know, if I'm allowed to say, we're doing a Trojan tribute next week, Sunday, Bank Holiday Sundays here at the Jam House.
Marvelous.
Yeah.
That's a
So
Trojan tribute.
Trojan tribute, yeah, and it's with a full Gabidon band. So that should be great. Yeah.
There's a lot of music in that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you know. Yeah. So you're 54, 46, and whatever songs, you know. So we've got a lot of surprises for people, you know. So young and old, because lots of people will remember when they first arrived. You know, the music that was in Jamaica, the music that was here. So it should be a good evening. Yeah. So I'd like to thank Break Tru TV and New Style Radio Live for giving me that little time.
Thank you, Catherine.
You're welcome.
Yabi, then. Have a great day.
And you.
Thank you, my sister. God bless you. So there you have it. Let me say thank you for our wonderful guest there. You know what I mean? Absolutely marvelous. And I must say that was done in the summer. And the Equators are actually in Birmingham City Centre this week. And they're at the Rainbow Pub, somewhere down there in Digby, so go and check that out. And let me say once again, thanks to Catherine Gabiden and the Basil, the Gabiden band, and all the rest of it. Let me say big thanks. It was good to see Catherine and have a nice chat with her. And some of those shows, as I say, we recorded in the summer, so some of those shows may have gone, but there's still some very marvelous show going. And let me say thank you. Well, let me say once again, we've actually come to the end of the program. Let me say once again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, thank you. And I want to say big shout out to my very good friend, Errol Taylor. Big shout out to you, sir. And you can also check out our single, our EP. The EP is called Guitar. You Left Me for Paris. Yeah, the big track. And I say once again, Errol, let me say big shout out to you, my brother. Look after yourself. Take it easy. As I say, once again, thank you for supporting the show. My time is here. Have a lovely weekend. We'll be back here next week at the same time, all being well. God bless. Look after yourself. Take care.
New Style Radio DJ spinning old and new school hits. Please contact 07584 197 380 and book all your catering needs with Reggae Jam Jam catering service on 0787 244 3765. And remember, do it good and done.